Let's get right into it. History books love a good mystery, but here's the kicker. Many of the strangest unsolved puzzles of the past have already been cracked by science. Sometimes the answer is clever detective work, sometimes it's a microscope, and sometimes it's just, turns out everyone was overthinking it. Let's count down 6 ancient mysteries that were just solved. Number 6, the shocking secret of Roman concrete. For centuries, engineers stared at the Colosseum and aqueducts and thought, how on earth is this stuff still standing while modern concrete crumbles in a few decades? The mystery bugged scientists until recently, when researchers noticed strange white lumps in the ancient cement. At first, they thought it was sloppy mixing. Turns out, it was genius. The Romans used quicklime that gave the concrete self-healing powers. Cracks would form, rainwater would seep in, and the lime would react, filling the gap like a built-in repair kit. Imagine if your iPhone screen fixed itself overnight. That's Roman concrete. Suddenly, the ancient secret wasn't magic, it was chemistry. And yes, modern engineers are now trying to copy it, which is hilarious. 2,000 years later, we're basically asking Rome for construction tips. Number 5. How Egyptian mummies stayed so perfectly preserved. For ages, we pictured priests chanting over mummies like they had a mystical recipe. The bodies lasted millennia, while ours don't survive a weekend barbecue. The big reveal. Scientists recently analyzed residue from 2,500-year-old embalming pots. The secret was a special cocktail of tree resins, cedar oil, and even bitumen, essentially ancient bug spray and antibacterial goo. It wasn't magic, it was biochemistry. They'd coat the body, seal out microbes, and voila. Long-term preservation. Think of it as the world's earliest Tupperware system, just creepier. The best part? This chemical recipe wasn't local. Ingredients came from as far as Southeast Asia, which means mummy making wasn't just ritual, it was global trade in action. So next time someone says globalization is modern, tell them Egypt was importing embalming resin before Instagram. Number 4. The mystery of the Nazca lines. For decades, those massive desert drawings in Peru, monkeys, birds, giant spirals, sparked wild theories. UFO landing strips, ancient GPS, a very bored giant with a stick. The truth finally came into focus thanks to satellite imaging and drones. Archaeologists realized the Nazca people designed them as ritual pathways and offerings to their gods, of water and fertility. The desert climate preserved them like a giant doodle. Pad. Here's the weird part. Some lines are so massive you can only see the whole picture from the air, yet the Nazca never flew. Instead, they used simple surveying tools and ropes to scale up their designs. Basically, they invented giant connect-the-dots puzzles 1,500 years before kids' activity books. And while the mystery is mostly solved, there's still one glitch. Why so many shapes? Maybe religious variety. Or maybe ancient graphic design just had no chill. Number 3. The death of Ötzi, the Iceman. When hikers stumbled on a frozen 5,000-year-old body in the Alps, it kicked off one of the longest-running crime mysteries in archaeology. For years, no one knew if he froze, fell, or got unlucky in a snowstorm. Then, CT scans revealed the twist. An arrowhead lodged in his shoulder. Ötzi didn't die of exposure. He was murdered. Even cooler and creepier. Analysis of his stomach showed his last meal was dried ibex and wheat bread, like some Stone Age hiking snack. Pollen traces even told scientists the season of his death. Late spring. Suddenly, this wasn't just a mummy, it was a CSI episode written by glaciers. The unsettling part? We still don't know who killed him or why, so the mystery's not entirely solved. But at least we know Ötzi didn't just slip on ancient ice. He got caught in Europe's oldest cold case. Number 2. The riddle of Viking sunstones. Legends claimed Vikings navigated across stormy seas with sunstones, crystals that could find the sun on cloudy days. For centuries, skeptics dismissed it as Norse mythology, like Thor's hammer but less cinematic. Then, in the early 2000s, scientists tested Iceland spar, a kind of calcite crystal. It splits light in 2 directions, letting you locate the sun's position even through fog. Modern experiments at sea proved it actually works. Imagine, no compass, no GPS, just a rock telling you, yep, sun's that way. That's how the Vikings reached Greenland and beyond without getting lost. Turns out, the most metal navigational tool in history wasn't a magic relic. It was physics hiding inside a shiny rock. Basically, geology was their Google Maps. Number 1. The disappearance of the Mayan civilization. Few mysteries sparked more wild theories. Aliens, curses, you name it. But in the last 2 decades, climate scientists pieced together a clear picture. Sediment cores from lakes revealed long, punishing droughts between the 8th and 10th centuries. Combine that with over-farming, political tension, and wars. And the collapse wasn't sudden at all. It was centuries of strain until cities were abandoned. The people didn't vanish. They adapted, migrated, and their descendants still live across Central America today. The real twist? The mystery wasn't about disappearance, but resilience. The Maya survived, just not in the way outsiders expected. In other words, history didn't give us a ghost story. It gave us a lesson in climate change and adaptability. Aliens, sadly, not included. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.